Good evening and welcome to the news at 10. His Majesty King Abdullah visited the Court of Cassation and the Judicial Council, where he received the 2017 annual report on the work of the judiciary from the President of the Council, Mohammed Al-Ghazou, and was briefed on the most important achievements and challenges facing the judicial apparatus. During the meeting, His Majesty expressed his pride in the Council's efforts and achievements in the development of judicial work, stressing the importance of providing all resources that will enable judges to carry out their duties fully. His Majesty said the Judicial Council has great responsibilities and affirmed the judiciary is the basis for achieving justice and enhancing citizens' confidence in the state and their future. The Jordanian government condemned Guatemala's decision to move its embassy in Israel to the occupied city of Jerusalem. Minister of State for Media Affairs Mohammed Al-Momani said this decision is a violation of the international law and UN resolutions. Momani added the decision is an irresponsible step that would fuel violence in the region and encourage Israel to continue violating the international law. The minister stressed peace-loving countries should support the two-state solution based on the international legitimacy, which calls for an independent Palestinian state on 1967 borders with East Jerusalem as its capital. Minister of Foreign Affairs and Expatriates Ayman al-Safadi called on the European Union to recognize East Jerusalem as the capital of a Palestinian state. In a meeting with European Union ambassadors to Jordan, the minister urged Europe to act immediately to support the establishment of an independent international commission to investigate the Israeli massacre against unarmed civilians in the Gaza Strip and ensure that international law is applied. Safadi said that Israel's continued crimes without a deterrent international response would trigger a new cycle of violence, calling on the international community to shoulder its moral and legal responsibilities and protect the Palestinian people from the illegal Israeli occupation. He reiterated Jordan's condemnation of the U.S. decision to recognize Jerusalem as the capital of Israel and said the decision violates international law and international legitimacy resolutions. The minister underscored the importance of the European Union's pressure on Israel to stop its unilateral actions in Jerusalem and stop the confiscation of Palestinian land and the construction and expansion of settlements and other measures that undermine the two-state solution. The Royal Medical Services sent a convoy to the Jordanian field hospital in the Gaza Strip in accordance with the royal directives to provide assistance to the Palestinians in the Gaza Strip. The convoy is part of His Majesty's efforts to support the steadfastness of the Palestinians at all levels and to provide medical services to the wounded in the enclave. Director General of the RMS, Major General Mu'in Habashne, said the convoy included doctors of various specialties in addition to nursing staff. The Jordanian Field Hospital in Gaza, which has been working in Gaza since 2009, provided medical services to more than 2 million Gazans. Pope Francis condemned the killing of Palestinians near the Gaza-Israel border during demonstrations against the opening of the U.S. Embassy in Jerusalem. The pontiff said the deaths would only lead to more violence and appealed for dialogue to bring justice and peace to the Middle East. Speaking to tens of thousands of people at his general audience in St. Peter's Square, the Pope expressed his pain over the deaths and his sympathy for those who are suffering. Syrian forces entered the town of Rastan as the remaining fighters started to withdraw from the last rebel-held enclave in central Syria, sealing the government's control over the area. The withdrawal may be the last in a series of agreed evacuations used by the government to defeat besieged rebels by forcing them to surrender territory in return for safe passage to opposition areas in the north. The last besieged rebel area being fully evacuated today is the large enclave located between the cities of Hama and Hims, around the towns of Rastan, Talbise, and Hula. Home favorite Fabio Fognini produced a brilliant display in Rome to beat six-seed Dominic Thiem and progress to the last 16 of the Italian Open. The unseeded Fognini, ranked 21st in the world, crunched 28 winners against Thiem's 17. Thiem, who reached the Madrid Open final last week, had only conceded 8 games to Fognini in their previous 2 meetings, but he was broken 3 times in the last 32 clash, with Fognini playing superbly in front of his home support. Thiem's serve was unreliable, with Fognini forcing 12 breaks points in the Italians, and the Italian prevailed 6-4, 1-6, 6-3. And a quick look at the weather. A further rise in temperatures expected tomorrow. Therefore, it will be hot across the country, with Amman an expected high of 32 degrees Celsius and a low of 19 degrees. Further south in the Gulf of Aqaba, hotter conditions are in the forecast, with daytime temperatures at 41 degrees, dropping down to 28 at night. And with that, we come to the end of tonight's news. And from all of us here at JRTV, كل عام وانتم بألف خير.